Some players fill a roster spot. Dre Greenlaw fills something else entirely. He is not just another returning starter for San Francisco. He is not just a feel-good story, a fan favorite, or a familiar face coming back home. Dre Greenlaw may be the single player who decides whether the 49ers defense is merely solid or genuinely dangerous. If he is healthy and right, he changes the speed, the edge, and the confidence of the entire unit. And if he cannot stay on the field, the ceiling of this defense changes right along with him. That is the real conversation, and it is bigger than most people are treating it. Some players show up in the stats. Some players show up in the feel of a game, in the way an offense starts second-guessing itself, in the way a defense plays like it trusts every man on the field. Dre Greenlaw is the second kind. He changes the temperature of a defense. When he is right, he does not just make plays. He makes the entire unit feel faster, more aggressive, and more connected. He gives the defense an identity it cannot fully manufacture without him. That is what makes this more than a comeback story. The real question is not whether Greenlaw is motivated or whether he looks healthy in training camp. The real question is whether a fully healthy version of Dre Greenlaw changes the ceiling of the San Francisco 49ers in 2026. And when you look at the details, the answer is almost impossible to argue with. When you look at the details, the difference is impossible to miss. Over 64 games in his first run with San Francisco, Greenlaw compiled 455 total tackles, 3.5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 3 interceptions. Those numbers are solid, but they do not come close to capturing what he actually gave this defense. What made him dangerous was the closing speed that made ball carriers think twice before cutting back. The pursuit angles that turned 8-yard gains into 4-yard stops. The willingness to hit on every single snap that gave the defense a physical identity it wore like a badge. Then the injuries came. A grade 2 groin strain in 2021 kept him out for 9 games. He re-injured it and missed 5 more. Calf and hamstring issues followed in 2022 and 2023. His availability became the story almost as much as his production. And then came the moment that defined the last 2 years of his career. Super Bowl 58, February 2024. The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers on the biggest stage in football. Dre Greenlaw did not tear his Achilles tendon fighting through a tackle. He did not tear it on a blitz or a coverage rotation or a sideline collision. He tore it running onto the field before the game even started. That image, a man watching his body give out in the middle of what should have been the greatest night of his professional life, became one of the most painful visuals in recent NFL memory. And it became symbolic of a career that has been interrupted at the absolute worst moments, over and over again. What came next revealed even more about who he is. Greenlaw left San Francisco for a 3-year, $31.5 million contract with the Denver Broncos in 2025. It was a payday he had earned, but the body had a different plan. A thigh and quadriceps injury sent him to injured reserve after just 324 snaps. A truncated, frustrating season that raised harder questions about what his lower body can realistically sustain. And yet, even in that limited run, his run defense grade of 82.3 ranked 13th out of 88 qualified linebackers. His overall grade of 74.8 and his coverage grade of 67.1 still placed him in the top 20 at the position. Despite everything, the talent never left. The availability is the variable. But here's the part that goes deeper than any stat line. What Dre Greenlaw actually gives the 49ers defense is not something you can fully measure. It shows up in the structure. When he is on the field, San Francisco can run more simulated pressures because there are 2 linebackers reading the game intelligently behind the defensive line, not one. Run fits get cleaner because Greenlaw brings effort and pursuit that forces offenses to account for the weak side on every single play. Play action becomes harder to exploit when both linebackers can carry a route and still recover to their assignment. The entire defense plays faster and more aggressively because the margin for error is smaller when he is there. And then there is what he does next to Fred Warner. Fred Warner is one of the best linebackers in football. That is not a debate. He is a Pro Bowl level player, a defensive anchor, a communicator, a film study obsessive who operates at a level most linebackers never approach. But Warner himself has called Greenlaw the X factor of this defense, and that is not casual praise from a man who does not hand out compliments easily. Warner described their connection this way. He said, "There's just a certain feeling we got when we play. You're not gonna let me down, and I'm not gonna let you down. It's such a weird connection. He knows I'm going to put all I got on the line, and I know he's going to do the same. That's all you can ask for. It's like a partner in crime." That is what separates talent from something much rarer. That is a bond that changes how both players function. With Greenlaw healthy, Warner does not have to carry the second level alone. The pairing gives the 49ers more balance, more range, and more freedom. Together, they can make the middle of the field feel crowded, fast, and violent in ways that one elite linebacker simply cannot create by himself. And that is why this return carries a different kind of weight. The 49ers are not defending anything in 2026. Seattle won the NFC West title last season. That is the throne San Francisco is hunting. This is a veteran roster with championship ambitions, with Nick Bosa on the edge and legitimate additions on offense, built for one purpose. But a defense with championship range needs a functional, aggressive second level. And a healthy Greenlaw-Warner pairing puts that linebacker core among the best in football. If Greenlaw stays healthy, the 49ers become faster, nastier, and more complete. They look capable of playing the kind of playoff caliber defense that wins in January. If he cannot stay on the field, the defense may still be good, but it loses some of its edge, some of its flexibility, and some of the identity that makes it truly hard to play against. Some returns are about nostalgia. This one is about necessity. The 49ers have stars, they have proven talent and genuine belief. But Dre Greenlaw may be the player who determines whether this defense just holds up or becomes a real problem again. That is why he might decide the 49ers season.